What's up, everybody? It's Johnny. Welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about one of the most important concepts that I've ever come across, and that is the power of a daily routine, and specifically a morning and evening routine. So we call ours cultivating a millionaire mindset. And we do this not just through our mind, but through our body as well, through our emotions, all kinds of stuff. But the premise is, can we build in a routine that's to start and end our day with that just essentially makes us bulletproof? And what I mean by that is life can throw whatever it wants at us, and we've done the things in the morning to be able to go about our day, have things happen to us, and not be reactive. React the way we want to react. Be able to be in a grounded, positive, focused state with a clear mind, an open heart, and focused, so that no matter what happens throughout the day, it's not going to knock us off our state. It would take something very big to knock me off of my state when I'm fully in this routine. I've done everything I needed to the night before, I've done everything I needed to in the morning. It would take a huge change, a huge event to knock me out of where I want to be. And I got to tell you that it's so powerful. It's such a powerful thing to be in your state and to not let external things change you off of that. And that's what a daily routine does, specifically a morning and evening routine. And so I'm going to walk you through our routine that we put together here at Lion's Tail and show you a little bit about what's included in that and the reason why we do it. And what's really cool is the feeling that each step will give you. And so it'll kind of show you the whole premise of what we put all together. So if this speaks to you at all, when you're done here, I'm going to do a free webinar on this topic next week to dive even deeper, not just into the power of morning routines, which is a big component, but into a few other topics that are similar, like how to create affirmations, how to create visualizations, how to even manifest, and how to start living your dream life now, which is super cool. So if this speaks to you, keep an eye, register in the link below actually, and we'll let you know as soon as that's coming out, and we'll dive deeper into the free webinar. All right, let's jump in. So like I said, we call this cultivating a millionaire mindset because it's not just with the mind, it's also with physiology and emotions as well. And so in the morning, there's a couple key concepts that we do in order to get in this peak state or this bulletproof state. So the first thing I do when I wake up, as soon as I get up, I roll out of bed, and the first thing I do is I review my goals. I look at my goals for my life. I look at the things I want to do in the next 90 days. I look at my vision board and where I want to be in 5 years from now, or 3 years from now, or 1 year from now. I look at my goals, short-term goals, and I look at my long-term goals. And the second I wake up, the first thing I'm focused on is where am I headed? Now, it's super important to do this in the morning and in the evening, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The reason for that is when you first wake up, and when you are getting sleepy and you're about to go to bed, you're actually most connected to your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is most susceptible to input, which means you can actually program it. So if you don't know too much about the power of your subconscious mind, it runs all of our automatic programs while we're doing things so that we can focus on big tasks. It's like our operating system in the back of our brain. I'm not going to dive into that too much here, but just know that if you can program your subconscious mind, you can actually change the programs that are running in the back of your head all day, which will change the way you see the world. So we've got tons of stuff on that. That'll be a different topic. Anyways, the first thing when I wake up, I focus right on my goals. What's my 1 year goal? What's my 90-day goal? What's my 5-year plan? And what's my vision board look like? So as soon as I wake up, I'm focused and I'm saying, this is where I'm headed. Now I'm focused, and that's why I would do that. The next piece, and I'm looking at my chart here, and I'll share the chart down below so you see what I'm looking at. So my second piece that I do right after my goals and I get focused is I read my affirmations. So if you haven't done affirmations, it's just simply a positive statement about yourself. Like, I love that money comes into my life so easily. Or I love that I'm cool, calm, and confident throughout the day. Or I love how easy it is for me to make lasting connections with other people. Whatever it is, whatever you really want to focus on, whatever you really want to work on, we can create an affirmation around that. And you read that every morning, and it's just like the goal review. It gets you really focused and it programs your subconscious mind. So when you're reading those affirmations, it gets you inspired for the day and it puts you into the state that you want to be in the future. May not be true yet, But if we keep stating this over and over, your subconscious mind will start to believe it's true, which is super cool. So we start up with our goal review. Then we get right into our affirmations, which gets us focused and inspired. And then we get into visualizations. So like I said, I use my vision board and I have my dream life up there. I look at that and I visualize what it'd be like to be in that future self now. And if you ever follow Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, he's all about visualizing your future self and being in that moment, being completely in that moment, feeling what you would feel, seeing what you would see, hear what you would hear. And the more time you spend visualize completely in that moment, the more you will start to become that future version of yourself, and you start to make decisions that line up with that. Again, that's another topic. We're not going to dive into it too much here, but we get into visualizations, really thinking about your dream life, your ideal life, and just visualizing what it's like to live that life now, which will shorten the curve of getting there. Super cool. And what that's going to give us is it's going to convince us that this is a possibility, that this is our new reality, that this is who we are. It's going to get us focused. Then we're going to get inspired, and then we're going to get convinced that this is our path, this is who we are, this is where we're headed. There's no doubt about it, right? So now we've got a lot of the mental stuff in there. Next piece I do is I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for. And so that's really easy for me. So if I just do it right now, 3 things I'm grateful for this morning. I'm grateful for my girlfriend, I'm grateful for my daughter, and I'm grateful for my mom and my dog. There's 4 things. And it's really easy to just knock those out. If you're religious, praying has the same basic concept, right? You're just grateful for things in your life. The thing about this is it puts us into joy and gratefulness, and it's really hard to be in anger and sadness when you're feeling full gratitude. And so this will give us joy. It will put us in a state of joy and gratification. And when you're in this state, it's really hard to be in those opposite states like I mentioned. So now we're going to get focused, we're going to get inspired, we're going to get convinced of our path, and we're going to feel this great sense of joy. And so you can kind of put the pieces together. Like when you first wake up, I don't know about you, but before I got into the power of daily routines in the morning, I'd be super grumpy, man. I would roll out of bed, hate the alarm clock, get up, stumble towards the coffee maker, hit the coffee maker, stand there, stare out the window until the coffee's done, drink that, which is going to make me crash later, and wait for the coffee to get me up and get me out of this grumpy state. And if you think about that, if that's your current state, think about what it would be like if you woke up and you reviewed your goal real quick, and then you did some affirmations of the man that you are or want to be. And then you got into your visualizations of your dream life, why you're doing all this stuff. And then you thought of the things that you're grateful for in your life, and just felt that sense of gratitude and joy. Just think about how that would be different than what you're currently doing. And for me, it just gets tingly. Like I feel so good when I think about it. I just did it this morning. It felt amazing, but just think about it now, it already gives me tingles. So the power is real. Okay, so we get into gratitude and feel that sense of gratitude and joy. Now we're going to move into more physical things. So we've got a lot of mental stuff. We've got some emotional stuff in there as well. And now we're going to move into the physical body. So physiology is a big component of this. Tony Robbins likes to say that emotion starts with motion. And getting up and doing something physical early in the morning is super helpful to help you get up, get focused, get the energy moving in your body, and also to feel accomplished and do some hard things. And when you do hard things early in the morning, the rest of the day becomes easier. So what I like to start with, what we do here in the Lion's Tail, is we start with some yoga and some stretching. And this is not like crazy advanced stuff. You don't have to have ever gone to yoga to do this. It's just basically stretching. That's mostly what yoga is anyway, stretching and breathing. And what this does is it just gets your body moving. It gets energy flowing, gets you moving around. And so we start with some stretching, we start with some yoga. And this is going to get us feeling more light and free. And so it's going to move energy. We're going to move our body. For me, I wake up super stiff. I start doing some stretches, some arm circles, some different hamstring stretch poses, that kind of thing. And it just starts moving the body, and I feel much less stiff, and I feel lighter, and I feel freer. And my energy's starting to move, which means I'm naturally starting to wake up. This is without coffee, right? This is just some water and some stretching, and already my energy is rising naturally and normally. And so we do some stretching, some yoga, and then do something physical. So for me, what I do is I do the stretching, and then I go for a run. And for me, I hate running. I hate it. I do it every morning. I do it every morning, nonstop, no excuses. Doesn't matter if I'm traveling, doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if it's snowing. I do it no matter what because I know the benefits there. It's something I hate doing. It's something hard, and I do it anyways. And when you do something hard and something maybe you don't even want to do in the morning, especially something physical, it does a lot of things. Get your blood pumping. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it gives you a sense of resilience. So you're doing something that you don't necessarily want to do. You're doing something that's definitely hard, and you don't want to do it, but you're doing it anyways. And what you're teaching yourself is that you're going to do what's best for you no matter what, that you are the master of yourself. And it's going to teach you that you're able to trust yourself. It's going to teach you a massive amount of discipline. It's going to teach you resilience. And if you do this every morning, you do hard things in the morning. When you go about your day later, we get a couple more steps of the morning process, but when you go about your day later, after you've done these hard things, life can throw a lot at you, and it's not that big a deal because you've already done harder stuff already. And we got a couple more steps to solidify that process. So after you do the yoga instruction, for me, I do a run and I do some push-ups because I'm just really bad at push-ups at the moment. So I do a run, something physical I don't want to do, I do it anyways, and I do some push-ups. So this is going to make you feel accomplished, a sense of resilience, and a sense of discipline, and you're showing yourself that you can trust yourself. Look, even though I don't want to do something, I can get it done because I said I was going to do it, and I got it done. And that allows you to trust yourself. And once you can trust yourself, others can start to trust you too. So this has such big implications, way more than just, waking up and how do you wake up in a good state, right? Super cool. So now we've done something hard that we didn't want to do. We did a lot of mental stuff. Now we get into meditation. So when I get back from my run, I do my push-ups. Then I put on the headphones and I meditate. And if you've never meditated before, it's a really cool process. It's really easy. I know I didn't meditate for a long time because I thought I'd have to go to a class somewhere. I'd have to read some books. I'd have to watch some videos, whatever. And I just didn't know. And meditation is super simple. To be honest, you put on your headphones. We've got a bunch of meditations, and you press play, and it'll guide you through the process. Actually, speaking of that, I actually have a guided meditation for you. Free link down below in the video description. Free guided meditation. We have a few of them. We just included one here, and it's a simple one to start with. It's pretty short, so you can get right into it even if you've never done it before. And it's a simple guided meditation to get you focused. And the big thing about meditation is it just allows your thoughts to unravel. So when I first started meditating, and I hear this from a lot of my clients when they first start, they always say, man, I'm a bad meditator. I'm like, okay, what's a bad meditator? There are no bad meditators. Tell me about it. And like, well, when I sit there and I'm listening to the sound and it tells me to just relax and focus on my shoulders or whatever, all these thoughts are running around my head and I just can't focus. It's like driving me crazy. And I laugh because that's the point. Okay, if thoughts are running through your head when you first start, you're not a bad meditator. You're just new at meditation. And what it is we have so many things going around in our minds at all times. Like so many things we have to work about. So many different projects that are due at work. I got to go pick up the dry cleaning. I got to pick up the kids later. I got to make lunch. We're out of laundry soap at the house. Where are we going to go on that vacation? Credit card bill is due. Whatever. We got all this stuff in the back of the head. And even me, I was an engineer before this, and I was very well organized, but I still got all that stuff running around in my head. And so what meditation allows you to do is just take a minute and just relax and let those thoughts release. And so for the first couple times, it might be really hard to do, but it'll start to unravel and unravel. And after about, 2 weeks, you will be able to just sit there and be completely at peace. And what this does for a morning routine is it allows you to just sit there and be at peace for like 10, 15 minutes a day, where you're just relaxed in your space. You let all those thoughts come up, release, and just let your mind be at ease, which is such a peaceful feeling, and it will help you be so much more grounded than when you're running around with all these thoughts in your head. Because you can't be fully present if you've got 15 thoughts going on in your head at all times. Well, what meditation allows you to do is release those thoughts and come back and just be one with yourself, which means that you're going to be very present. So when you're talking to your significant other, to your kids, to somebody at work, you're going to be fully present rather than 1/10 present because you got all these things running around your head. And meditation is so cool. So if we think about this process, right, we've done some of this mental stuff, we've done some of this emotional stuff, we've done some of this physical stuff, and now we've actually released these thoughts and come back to a place of peace and stillness. And this is going to get us very centered in ourself, which is such a cool place to be. And then the last step in the morning routine, you're going to love this, is a cold shower. So cold showers have a ton of physiological benefits. If you follow Wim Hof, you know, they call him the Iceman. He's all about these cold plunges and going out and jumping in the Arctic and all this crazy stuff. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm just going to ask you to take a cold shower. And for me, I hated cold showers. Hated it. Kind of like running. I grew up in the mountains and I hate cold weather. I hate winter. And the thought of taking a cold shower early in the morning was just horrible. I don't do it for all the different health benefits that it has for you. I do it because it's uncomfortable. And I do it anyways. I don't want to do it. I turn it on. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I get in the shower. It hits me. And the thing is, it's an uncomfortable thing and I did it anyway, which is kind of like doing something hard. It allows you to feel accomplished. You did something you didn't want to do and you did it anyways. It allows you to trust yourself. And what it allows you to do is practice self-soothing. So think about jumping in a cold shower, especially if it's like winter or something and it's cold already. You jump in, the water hits you, and you just go into shock real quick. You start hyperventilating and you're like, oh my God, I can't handle this. It's all around you. All you do is self-soothe. You just take a minute and just start to breathe and relax and just know that you're okay, you can handle it, and you're probably really clenched when you first get in there, and all you do is let go and relax and breathe into the space, and you will start to self-soothe and just realize that you're okay right where you are, you can handle it, and this technique, this ability is really massive. To be able to self-soothe, you can use this anytime you want. I actually used this recently on a ropes course. I used to have like this massive fear of heights. Now it's a lot smaller, but it's still there. And I would go and do intentionally things that scare me and practice this self-soothing technique because it's so powerful. Get up really high, feel uncomfortable, let go. I'm completely just balancing on this beam way high up in the air, and I feel all this anxiety come up. And because I do this every morning in the shower, I can just breathe into the space, relax, and just know that I'm okay, and I can just calm myself. I can just soothe myself, which is such a cool technique, such a cool superpower to be able to do that anywhere in life. And if you do that every morning, it's going to get really easy for you. And so the cold showers, they have a ton of actually physiological benefits, like I said, but the big thing I do is it's uncomfortable, I don't want to do it, and I get to practice self-soothing. I do it anyway, right? And so that will get you energized and it will get you resilient. So if we kind of recap this morning routine, we started with a bunch of mental stuff, right? We started with our goals. Where are we going? This is where we're headed. We started with our visualization. This is who I am. This is the man I am. This is the man I want to be. It gets us inspired for the day. It's cheating looking at my chart. Then we do our visualizations. What's our future life look like? Feel like we're in that moment now. That gets us convinced that that's where we're headed and it's possible. Then we get into gratitude, 3 things that you're thankful for. Now we feel gratification, we feel joy. We do some stretching, some light yoga stuff. Now we feel light and free. We do something physical that gives us a sense of accomplishment and gets the energy moving. We do some meditation to bring us back to centered. And then we finish it off with a cold shower that gets us energized and resilient. And we've done a bunch of hard things that we didn't want to do. We did it anyways. And now we're ready for the day. Just think about that feeling, what it would feel like if that's how you started your day every day. And think about what life would have to throw at you to knock you off your center. Because you've already done it. You've already gone for a run today, or you've already hit the gym today, right? You've already taken a cold shower even though you really didn't want to. You've already meditated, you got all that stress out of your head, you released that. You're centered, you're grounded, you're focused, you know where you're going, you know it's possible, you know who you are. Just think of what life would have to throw at you for you not to be the person that you want to be. And now you get to show up exactly how you'd like to show up, rather than reacting to every stimulus that life throws at you. Just think about the power of that. And just think about the man you would be if you did this every day. It is so cool. So for those of you that know me, you know I went through a massive transformation a few years ago, and the whole world changed. I learned that all our limitations are false. You can really actually be anything you want to be, do anything you want to do, have any life that you desire. And this morning routine was actually one of the big components of it. And I just learned that all the gurus that you follow, all the people that you look at like Ed Milet or Tony Robbins, anybody, they all have these morning routines, and it's a secret to their success. Millionaires have excellent habits, and one of those habits is starting with morning routines. This is so powerful, and I'm so glad that you were able to check this out with me. Like I said, we have that free webinar coming up. There'll be a link below the description to get you signed up. It's totally free. Come check it out. We'll dive deeper, and we'll dive into other topics just like that. We got the free meditation down below. Click that link as well. And if this really resonates with you, if what I'm saying is just like, oh man, this is exactly what I needed in my life, I'm going to put a link down below to book a call with me as well. Because what we focus on is our mentorship program, 90-day transformation, and that's our big thing. It's the key to it's all encompassing program, course, mentorship, live coaching, group coaching, all kinds of stuff. And so if it really resonates with you, check out that link below too, and we'll just chat and see if it's a good fit for you, and I can provide you with a bunch of different resources as well. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, hit us a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.